Hello, good morning. Welcome to Studio 77 News Update. My name is Adewumi, Adeola, and I'm your host with the most. Alright, so we're going to be diving into the latest happenings across our great nation and, of course, across the world as at today, March 25th, 2020. Peter Obi warns that it might be collapsing in Nigeria. The conversation continues as leaders discuss the nation's political future. We see this in Punch newspaper. US warns Nigeria that overstaying visas will attract permanent bans. They further emphasize that travelers are responsible for adhering to the terms of their visa and that ignorance of visa regulations will not be accepted as an excuse. You find this in the Punch newspaper. State of emergency in Rivers State. President Bola Tinubu has declared a state of emergency in Rivers State, suspending Governor Sinai Fubara and state lawmaker for 6 months. This unprecedented move comes amid political turmoil and recent pipeline vandalism. The retired Vice Admiral Uodates has been appointed as the military administrator to restore order. The Nigerian Bar Association has criticized the action as illegal, emphasizing that emergencies shouldn't dissolve elected government. You can find this in the Day newspaper. Senate suspension sparks gender equality debate. The recent suspension of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan from the Senate has ignited nationwide protests and discussions on gender inequality in politics. Accusing Senate President Godswill Akpabio of sexual harassment, Akpoti-Uduaghan has faced a 6-month suspension for unrelated disruptive behavior. Women's rights groups have rallied under the banner "We Are All Natasha," condemning the suspension and calling for greater female representation in government. We can find this in the Guardian newspaper. Minimum wage negotiations conclude. After weeks of negotiations, the federal government and labor unions have agreed to increase the national minimum wage to 70,000 naira. The agreement includes provisions for a wage review every 3 years and increased investment in infrastructure. Labor leaders have expressed mixed feelings but view the settlement as a step towards improving workers' welfare. We can find this in the Punch. NNPC's legal challenge dismissed. A Nigerian judge has dismissed the state oil company NNPC Limited's objection to a lawsuit filed by Dangote Oil Refinery. Dangote seeks to halt gasoline imports, arguing that its refineries' output can meet domestic demand. The court has set further proceedings for May 6th. We can find this on this day newspaper. Now to sport. Super Eagles star as Victor Osimhen's double strike has reignited Nigeria's World Cup dreams with a 2-0 victory over Rwanda. Fans are celebrating this crucial win on the road to 2026. We can find this on TalkSport. Premier League stars Ola Aina and Alex Iwobi shared a double bed during international duty, leading to light-hearted moments and team bonding ahead of their qualifiers. We see this as well in TalkSport. On security, jailbreak in Kogi State. 12 inmates escaped from the Koto Cafe Custodial Center. Authorities are on high alert and urged citizens to report any suspicious activity. You can find it on this day newspaper. On health, child malnutrition increases as UNICEF warns that 1 million malnourished children in Nigeria and Ethiopia risk losing vital aid due to funding shortages. The organization calls for urgent support to prevent a humanitarian disaster. You can find this on Uodates. On legal issues, Nnamdi Kanu trials resume. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, faces a trial under a fourth judge, pleading not guilty to charges of terrorism and treason. The case continues to draw national attention. You can find this on this Day Live newspaper. On entertainment, veteran Nollywood actor Jide Kosoko expresses frustration over financial struggles despite a 60-year career, highlighting ongoing challenges within the Nigerian film industry. You can find this in the Nation's newspaper. In international news, let's look at Europe. Greenland rejects US visit. So, Greenland's Prime Minister has criticized a planned visit by a US delegation, labeling it as very aggressive American pressure. This comes amid President Trump's expressed interest in annexing Greenland, a move that has been met with widespread opposition from Greenland's residents and leaders. Denmark's Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen has emphasized the importance of respecting Greenland's sovereignty in this matter. We can find this in the New York Post. Also in Europe, Turkish protests intensify. Massive demonstrations have erupted across Turkey following the arrest of Istanbul's mayor Ekrem, a prominent rival to President Erdogan. Over 1,100 individuals, including at least 10 journalists, have been detained since the protest began on March 19. The European Union has expressed deep concern over the situation, urging Turkey to uphold democratic principles and the rule of law. You can find this in the Guardian newspaper. The Middle East escalation in Gaza. Israeli airstrikes have tragically claimed over 65 Palestinian lives in Gaza, including many women and children. The Gaza Health Ministry reports that the death toll from 17 months of conflict has now surpassed 50,000. In response, Egypt has proposed a new ceasefire, suggesting the release of 5 hostages by Hamas in exchange for humanitarian aid and a pause in fighting. Hamas has reacted positively to this proposal. Meanwhile, an Israeli drone strike in Lebanon resulted in 1 fatality. We can find this in AP News. Last but not the least for today, also in the Middle East, US strikes in Yemen. The United States has initiated significant airstrikes and naval attacks against Houthi positions in Yemen. These operations aim to restore security in the Red Sea, which has been disrupted by Houthi assaults on both commercial and military vessels. President Trump has issued a stern warning to Iran, stating that any future Houthi attacks will be viewed as an act of aggression by Iran, with severe consequences to follow. You'll find this in AP News. And that is the latest scoop from around Nigeria and around the world. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for more amazing updates and fun stuff from us at Studio 77. My name remains Adeola Naomi, and I'm your host with the most. See you around.